Hi, I'm Nick Shell, the internet receding hairline guy. Let's take a walk. So obviously you can see I'm committed to answering back the comments I get on my videos. And we're gonna get deep today. We're gonna get to the fundamental issue. I received a comment today that said, Nick, you seem a bit obsessed over this receding hairline thing, end quote. And then, of course I paraphrase that. Now that's a very valid viewpoint. If I was on your side of the YouTube screen, I would probably think the same thing. So let's do this. Let's reverse the camera angle and let's imagine what's really going on over here. Am I a guy who's freaking out about a receding hairline at just a month away from turning 35? Is that really who I am? That I've got all this time to spend talking about this and freaking out about it and then therefore trying to help other people through it? Am I really that guy? Let's find out. Now consider this. I'm a YouTuber. And I'm not pretending like I make my living from it, but that is indeed what I'm doing. I set out last May to try to build my channel. And what I did, not knowing what I was doing, I set up a camera and started talking about random things. I talked about how fast food logos are almost always red and yellow. I talked about how to wear a tie with jeans and to make that work. I talked about a lot of random things, but one video really took off, and you've probably seen it. It's where I'm wearing a pink flannel looking, or is it flannel? Not flannel, like plaid, a pink plaid shirt. And I'm talking about tips to kind of reduce the fact that you've got a receding hairline. Minimize, I think that's what I said, right? Ways to minimize the receding hairline. Now that video I shot just as carelessly as every other video I was doing during that time. And after I did this for about a month and a half of shooting videos, I realized that that video that I forgot about was skyrocketing. It was my #1 video before long. And even now you can see that nothing compares to that video as far as number of traffic goes. That's the #1 video. So what am I presenting to you? I'm presenting to you a story of supply and demand. The general public, the free world, is deciding that of all the things on my YouTube channel, talking about receding hairline is the #1 thing that engages people. Now, I want to present this to you as well. You've ignored these other videos that I do, right? You've seen this one where it's Uncle Nick, where I have my action series where I save animals in the forest, and it's got original music. It's very engaging. Of course, it's geared towards children, but still, that hardly gets any views. I mean, I'm lucky to get 20 views, and I spend like 6 hours an episode on that. Whereas these, the only time I spend, I don't even practice what I'm going to say. I just open the camera, I go for it. 5 minutes later, there's a video. So you can see how effortless I shoot these videos. Here, there's some frogs. It's pretty loud. Let me turn around. You can see how little time and effort is put in these hairline videos, yet they get all the traffic. The Uncle Nick thing, I mean, seriously, just watch one and you'll see what I mean. There's a lot of thought and planning and music that I write and sing and action. There's so much that goes into it. People weren't watching that. Go back a little bit further and you'll see my other series that I do called Jackman, in which my son is an action superhero and I'm the bad guy. Original songs for every single episode, a lot going on there. Again, lucky to get 20 views. Meanwhile, I do one random video about a slightly different topic about receding hairlines, and what happens? By the next day, I've got 60 hits, 60 views, and then they continue to grow from there. So if you were me and you had a YouTube channel, what would you do? Would you keep trying to find new content to do? Of course, and I do try to do that. A few days ago I did one talking about how I'm healthy yet I don't go to a gym. I don't have a gym membership. So, you know, I'm tossing those out there. But again, if you're me, you know that every single time you do a receding hairline video, it's going to get an easy 50 views within 2 days. Granted, nothing else I do compares to that amount of traffic. So if you're me and you're building a YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure that you would also keep talking about hairline videos. Now that's one part of it. The second part of it, kind of going back to the supply and demand, is that even if people get tired of, oh, here's yet another receding hairline video. Well, guess what? Every time I do a new one, I'm that much more likely to capture someone new that doesn't know about me, and then they're going to get hooked. So even if I wear someone out after a month of doing these hair videos, I'm like, he won't shut up about this hair thing. Why won't he do something else? And I do other stuff, but people don't like the other stuff I do. So what happens is, even as I lose people, I gain new audience members. And what I've learned is, since I've been really just focusing on hairline videos, doing, you know, 6 or 7 a week, my subscribership's going up. So again, I'm just simply showing you what it's like to be me. I'm obviously growing an audience by continuing to do this. And also what I'm doing, and this is, I guess, my last point on what's going on here to answer your question, am I obsessed? The last point I want to make is this, and I guess it's technically my third point. I am a method actor. Now, if you ever watch my Uncle Nick or my Jackman videos, you'll see I play all kinds of different characters. I try to become that character, and that's what method acting is. One way I can become a method actor through these hair videos is by responding to the comments. And what happens is, I'm engaging the audience, I'm growing my audience, I'm providing new content, they have comments, they have questions, so therefore I do more hair videos. I simply add to that network and grow more people wanting to learn about this. So this is kind of a different video that I'm doing today, because I want to show you, why do I make these decisions? Am I really obsessed with my receding hairline? Obviously not. I mean, by doing these videos, sure, I've learned certain things, like I can embrace my receding hairline with or without hair. And that's I feel like kind of a new discovery that I actually learned from this whole process, okay? But even then, I'm catering to my audience. I'm doing the best I know how to do as a YouTuber, and that is provide content that engages people, and also kind of have legs. Do other things too. See what else you might be able to engage on. But I'm telling you, nothing comes close to hairline videos. There's a Lowe's truck coming up, so we might have to, oh, he's turning, so I'm gonna just go the other way. There we go. Okay, so in hindsight, am I obsessed with receding hairline? I don't think so. I mean, if we wanted to talk about what I'm obsessed with, it's probably more I'm obsessed with learning how to truly have a side business. That's very important to me. I want to pay off my house. I'm a Dave Ramsey guy. I'm very obsessed with that. I'm a vegan, so obviously I'm very obsessed with that and how I'm going to do all that. You know, so those things actually consume my mind more. But what happens is, on my break at work, I simply just shoot a couple videos because I know that a lot of people will watch them. I'll gain subscribers, and that's what's going to be best for the YouTube channel. So, again, am I obsessed? I think I'm just a guy that wants to grow a YouTube channel. But in closing, I do want to say this. Am I sincere about all this, as far as, is this actually how I feel when I talk about receding hairline and I give you tips? Of course, because ultimately I'm a guy that wants to help other people. That's important to me, because, you know, put it this way. You could be, let's say, 21 and oh no, I'm starting to have a receding hairline. Let me put this on YouTube. You watch my video and you think, oh, this guy actually kind of knows what I'm going through. So I'm able to help people through that, and that makes me feel good. Even if my audience only stays with me for a month and a half and then I lose them, I've already grown my network to where I've always got people kind of in transition coming into me, and then they move on with their life. So to answer your question, am I obsessed? It would appear that I am obsessed, that I never have moved past this, that I've never accepted it. When in reality, I'm just continuing to cater to that revolving door audience is what I'm doing. So thank you for making that comment. And thank you for helping me sort out why I do spend so much time on this. I mean, I'd be happy to talk about other things if people would watch those videos. So I'm always trying to think about that. If you've got ideas that you think that will engage people to this degree, because I mean, that's the whole thing. It's about, for me, it's about having a subject matter that's going to engage people again and again, where I don't just make one video that gets lots of views, but instead that I can do like I'm doing with receding hairlines. I mean, how many? I've got dozens, and they all have a lot of hits. If it's about hair, it's got a lot of hits. I mean, I've got this one that talks about 5 ways to know when your child is misbehaving, and that's very good content. No one watches that, even though that would really help parents out there. They're not watching that. Instead, 16 to 21-year-old guys are watching these. So it was important to take 10 minutes to do this video, because I think that was a very relevant thing. So I'm a YouTuber. I'm wanting to talk about relevant content, and as long as people keep watching these videos about the same stuff with a different twist every day, I'm going to continue doing that content. So supply and demand, that's what it comes down to. Hope that answers all your question. It's almost 10 minutes, but I think it's 10 minutes well spent for both of us. Nick Shell, the internet receding hairline. Unless you want to make me something else, unless you give me something else to talk about that people are really engaged in and already searching to find me anyway. then I can become that guy because I'm a method actor. But I embrace that, and I'm here to be the resident expert on such things that people care about. Thanks for watching.